Hello, friends. Thank you for stopping by for today's nugget on lesson number 4, the flood. First, I want to thank Pastor Bob for his insightful nugget on last week's lesson, Cain and his legacy. Our lesson this week focuses on the flood. The Bible says in Genesis chapter 6, verse 5, "Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." The verb saw in Genesis 6:5 brings the readers back to each step of God's initial creation. But what God sees now, instead of good, is evil. It is as if God regretted that he had created the world now full of evil. And yet, God's regret contains elements of salvation as well. The Hebrew word for sorry, nakam, is echoed in the name of Noah, which means comfort. That God's response to the wickedness of man has two sides. It contains the threat of justice, leading to destruction for some, and yet his response promises comfort and mercy, leading to salvation as well for those who trust in him. In this case, we see Noah, who found grace in the sight of the Lord. While the world around them perished in the flood, Noah and his family were saved. Noah was saved simply because he had the faith to do what God commanded him to do. Noah was an early example of a faith that manifests itself in obedience, the only kind of faith that actually matters. Because as James chapter 2 verse 20 reminds us, faith without works is dead. So we read from one of my favorite writers, Ellen White. He writes, "God gave Noah the exact dimension of the ark and explicit direction in regard to its construction in every particular. Human wisdom could not have devised a structure of so great strength and durability. God was the designer, Noah the master builder." Now, God designed the ark. Noah built it, doing according to all that the Lord commanded him. Indeed, Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, and it was his response to this grace already given him that Noah acted faithfully and obediently to God's command. And that is how it should be with all of us. Obedience is our response to the grace of God in our life. And that is the nugget. Thank you for stopping by. Study your lesson. See you tomorrow.